Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to look at several AI applications and machine learning as in this final chapter of our course. So let's look at it. Okay. In this course, we will look at 4 different techniques, which are the popular techniques in the world of artificial intelligence. So we are going to look at expert system, machine learning, artificial neural network, and genetic algorithm. What is an expert system? Let's see the definitions of expert system. Okay, there are several definitions known for expert system. However, we can focus on these definition. The first definition is an intelligent computer program that uses knowledge and inference procedures to solve problems that are difficult enough to require significant human expertise for their solutions. So the keyword that you have is knowledge, inference, and finally, human expertise. Because an expert system must encode the knowledge in the form of inference rule, and these knowledge are used to solve problems by human expertise. So a system can be said to be an expert system if it performs at or near level of human experts. So the human experts have their own expertise. So if your expert system can perform at or near the level of the human being, so it will be said that your system is an expert system. Okay, so expert system is one that is applied to the difficult and important problems that we associate with calling in human experts as consultants. Usually, if the problems need human experts, so we are trying to develop an expert system for it. If the knowledge is, the problem is not that hard to solve, like simple problem we choose every day, we do every day, we make decisions every day, so we don't really need an expert system for it. But if the problem needs to be solved by human experts, and we always called human experts as consultants, so that is where we always want to apply an expert system. Who is an expert? So to identify an expert, usually we identify the person who possesses specialized skills, experience, and knowledge that most people do not have, along with the ability to apply this knowledge using the tricks, any shortcuts, any rules of thumbs to resolve a problem more efficient than normal human. So an expert is a valuable resources for an organization in order to solve the problems. However, we know as human being, expert is subject to perishable and irreplaceable. Sometimes an expert only available in some area or some country and not available at all time. And sometimes human expert can also be affected emotionally, and this will involve high cost if we want to train another expert for this the areas. So these are actually how we define an expert. Experts are very specialized and have lots of experience and knowledge about how to solve the problems. Usually they use tricks, shortcuts, and rules of thumb to resolve the problems. Okay, so this is the architecture of expert system. For important components of an expert system is shown in this figure. Okay, so you can see here the first is knowledge base, and the second one you can see the knowledge base is passing through the knowledge into the inference engine. The inference engine is where here is where you use the inference techniques such as forward chaining, backward chaining, Okay, so inference engine is where the inferencing happens, when the working memory is keeping the facts about the problems. Inference engine has to work with the knowledge base to get all the rules that you keep in the knowledge base, and it works tightly with the working memory where you keep all the new information about the current case. Now you do the inferences here in inference engine, and through the interface you can speak to the user. So this is actually a medium for the user to interact with your system, to give inputs to your system, and finally to get the answer from your system. Besides the 4 components in the architecture that we just looked just now, there is another component which is also important in an expert system, which is called an explanation facilities. This is additional component of an expert system because it has the ability to explain to the user on how and why it comes out with a solution. Okay, so usually it explains how does the system derive for a certain conclusion and why does it say so. This is important because you, as a human being, we don't like a system to tell me about something without knowing why and how. So we as human being always want to know something more rather than just some recommendation or some advice. These are some advantages of expert system. Having an expert system will increase the availability of an expert. A human expert might be located only in some countries. So with having the expert system, it is available to more audience. Okay, and then expert system also help in reducing the cost and danger of meeting the expert. For example, if an expert is in the domain area which is very hard to find and is sometimes may incur danger in the workplace, so having the expert system as a medium to reduce the cost and danger is very good. And besides that, it is more permanent because human expert will one day pass away. However, a computer system is expected to be there for quite some time. And then we can also encode lots more than one expert knowledge. We can have several doctors talking to you and you can have several opinions, so we have multiple expertise in the system. And we can say that is more reliable, and we can also get some explanation from the system. Sometimes when you have a human expert, the human expert might be very busy and doesn't have time to explain everything to you. So with the explanation facility of an expert system, we expect that the expert system can explain more about the problem and the diagnosis or anything. Okay, and we also expect fast response from an expert system because you don't have to wait and queue to see a doctor. And the other one is, this is much important because an expert system is unemotional, so every time it has to compute a solution, it is more steady and it is more complete.